guys, it's Sasha, and today I'm here with my Slay That Series wrap-up. So, for this readathon, I said I was going to read 6 books, which I only ended up reading 5, and like a third of the last book, and the reason for that is because the last book I was reading was pretty good per se. It was like 600 pages, and I was only like 200 pages, and then I was like, no, I'm not gonna even try, because it was Sunday, and I still had like 400 pages left, so I was just like, I'll just leave it, and who cares, because it's not some big deal. Because I still read 5 books, so let me show you what books I read. The first book I read was the first book in these Highland Hill series by Kathleen Morgan, and then the second book I read was The Wings of Morning the second book in these Highland Hill series, and then the third book I read was A Fire Within, which is also in these Highland Hill series. I'm going to be talking about these series as a whole. I really enjoyed this series. It was predictable, but it wasn't like annoying predictable. It was more like a comfortable predictable, like, oh my gosh, bad stuff is happening, but I know it's gonna turn out alright in the end, and that gives me great comfort. Like that kind of predictability. But I really did like Kathleen Morgan's writing. I liked her storytelling. I loved these books. So I rated these, I believe, like 3 stars each on Goodreads, which I mean, it's not like OMG, I love these books, but it's still like, I still like you. Y'all are still nice. The next book I read was A Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Lanny Taylor, and I love these books. Oh my gosh, they're so good, okay? The Daughter of Smoke and Bone, when you first start reading it, well, when I first started reading it, the first couple chapters I think were like a little slow for me, but once I got into it, it was so good, and then the last 100 pages, she just like, bam, threw something else at you, and I was like, oh my gosh. It's a good thing I have the next book. And the last book I completed in the readathon was Days of Blood and Starlight, which is also by Lanny Taylor, and I loved, as I said before, I loved this series. Lanny Taylor is such a good author. Her writing, characters, storyline, plot, beautiful. And the last book I said I was gonna read was Dreams of Gods and Monsters, which is also by Lanny Taylor, the final book in her trilogy. But I didn't finish reading it, and in fact, I'm still not done reading it, so I still don't know how this is gonna end. Hopefully good, because, you know, a lot of stories end good still, or somewhat good. If you can hear that, just know that's my siblings. Try and ignore the background music. But anyway, I can't wait to see how this is gonna end. Hopefully good. I'll talk to y'all later, okay? Bye!